Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I hope the RNC, I hope the GOP is listening. This right here, what we're going to talk about in today's video, is exactly what I've been trying to hammer over the last couple of weeks. There are so many winning issues for the GOP in this election season. Frankly, almost every single issue is a winning issue, but you got to take advantage of them. You got to highlight the hypocrisy, you got to come with the receipts, and you got to hit hard with a strong political message that resonates with Americans. This administration is out of control, and what Kamala Harris just said on her NBC News interview should be disqualifying. Anybody who watches this interview, who is an honest person with a basic ability to critically think, or to use basic logic, has any type of skill in the department of thinking, the immediate response should be disqualification. And what I mean by that is the disqualification of ever voting for the Democrats. I understand very well why the White House has been doing everything in their power to suppress Kamala Harris as much as possible. I mean, the meme is Basement Joe Biden. Joe Biden's always in the basement, lurking somewhere in the cellar. But really, I think it's a whole lot more accurate with Kamala Harris. There's a reason they hide her for like 200 days straight. You won't see her face and you won't hear her cackling laugh and cackling voice. Because when she does interviews, it's an absolute train wreck. And if honest, middle ground voters were to hear this stuff, it would be disqualifying for the Democrats. This is the type of stuff that needs to be exploited by the GOP with a swift takedown and a swift response and strong political message. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at what Kamala Harris had to say, and let's of course talk about why it's completely friggin' stupid. Excuse my French. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so Kamala Harris is the border czar. She of course is the face of the administration when it comes to them tackling the border crisis. But Kamala Harris obviously isn't solving the problem because Kamala Harris is so utterly dishonest and snaky. A real slithery snake. I mean, take a look at this.
Final topic here, since we're here in Texas, I want to ask you about the border. Would you call the border secure?
I think that there is no question that we have to do what the president and I asked Congress to do. Is the first request we made. Pass a bill to create a pathway to citizenship. The border is secure, but we also have a broken immigration system, in particular over the last 4 years before we came in, and it needs to be fixed.
We're going to have 2 million people cross this border for the first time ever. You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration. But there are still a lot of problems that we are trying to fix, given the deterioration that happened over the last 4 years. We also have to put in place a law and a plan for a pathway for citizenship for the millions of people who are here and are prepared to do what is legally required to gain citizenship. We don't have that in place because people are playing politics in a state like this and in Congress. By the way, you want to talk about bipartisanship on an issue that at one time was a bipartisan issue, both in terms of Republican senators and even presidents.
I always have the same reaction when I listen to Kamala Harris speak, or whenever she's challenged with real questions. Do you think that the American people are stupid? I mean, it's just so condescending. The border is secure, says Kamala Harris. Then she goes on to claim that the real problem when it comes to the broken immigration system has happened over the last 4 years. So I guess 2 years of the Biden administration and the last 2 years of Donald Trump's administration. Of course, that's not what she meant. What she really meant was probably the 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency, which is completely absurd. I mean, we've seen the numbers, we've covered the numbers, the official numbers from federal agencies, from Border Patrol, where southern border apprehensions were at the lowest levels they've been in decades under Donald Trump. The moment this administration takes over, it's a full-blown crisis. I keep mentioning this, but last week, 13 people drowned and lost their lives. And that's just the official number that we know. It's probably higher than that. But she claims that the border is secure and of course there's no crisis. She blames the crisis on Donald Trump, but it's no mystery that the moment they took over, the real crisis started to happen. And again, going back to my whole thing of the way I react when I hear Democrats speak, or Democrat politicians speak, and especially Kamala Harris, do you think I'm stupid? The problem was under Donald Trump, she says. And then she goes on to claim that I guess the solution to the, quote, broken immigration system is a path to citizenship for the millions of illegal immigrants that are already here. In other words, rewarding illegal migrants with a free pass and a free path to one of the most powerful passports and clearly the most powerful citizenship on the planet, skipping ahead of all of those legitimate refugees and all of those legitimate legal migrants, people who spend tens of thousands of dollars in lawyer fees and paperwork and all kinds of other stuff to immigrate properly, basically incentivizing human smuggling and illegal migration, which of course that rhetoric alone is the cause of the crisis in the first place. It's the reason why the border isn't secure. She claims the border is secure, a crisis doesn't exist, they're just trying to fix the crisis that Donald Trump left them, and then she goes on to add more fuel to the fire in the same breath, continuing the same rhetoric that caused this entire crisis and massive southern border ordeal in the first place. I mean, I'm just livid. I'm frustrated. It's just so insane. You know, since the pandemic, there's been such a backlog in even visitor visas that across the globe, it can take up to 400 plus days to get an interview just to get a visa to visit the country. Not to mention the process for business owners and well-to-do people and highly educated people to immigrate into the United States is incredibly difficult. The entire system when it comes to legal immigration is a complete mess. It's expensive. It's extremely difficult. It is absolutely broken. But of course, instead of working on all the backlogs and the bureaucratic processes and making it easier for job creators and wealthy investors to add to the US economy, the Democrats are focused on further incentivizing illegal immigration, which hurts American citizens, by making their number one goal when it comes to immigration reform, amnesty, a pathway to citizenship for illegal migrants, basically giving the cartels and the human smugglers the perfect marketing campaign to make billions upon billions of dollars using Kamala Harris's face. It's just so stupid. And it's not just stupid, the consequences are deadly. You know, we briefly covered that story from California, I think it was in San Francisco, where a mother of a young child, was beheaded publicly in the middle of a street during the day, in the public, in America. And of course, the individual who committed this absolutely heinous crime, guess what? Was in the United States illegally. Confirmed, man who beheaded mother in front of horrified neighbors is an illegal migrant with an expired visa. And this comes less than a week after 13 migrants drowned to their demise thanks to Joe Biden's human smuggling cartel racket. It's a complete disgrace. And the type of words that I'm using right now and the type of energy and the type of frustration is exactly what must be channeled. That's how you win elections. That's why Kari Lake is going to win in Arizona. Pay attention, GOP. Kamala Harris just handed you a golden egg. I mean, you truly can't screw this up. Of course, who am I kidding? The RNC can screw anything up. Never underestimate their ability to screw things up. Kind of like what Obama said about Joe Biden. But I mean, come on. Grow some you-know-whats and package a strong political message, hit the people with the facts, ship it out and get the job done. These Democrats are out of control and there is no excuse for losing in the next 2 election cycles. Wake up. The White House just went on the record with Kamala Harris claiming that the border is secure. It's actually Donald Trump's fault. And the way to fix this incentivized illegal smuggling operation to the tune of over 2 million illegal migrants crossing over the border every year is with amnesty and promising those illegal migrants that they're going to be rewarded for their crimes with a US passport. Ridiculous. And you know what, Democrats? Please keep putting Kamala Harris in front of a camera and a microphone. Like I said, folks, a golden egg. Thanks for watching though. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you're up for it. I'm gonna get back to work. Thanks for watching and I will see you on the next one.